Today we're talking about $100 video games because the pencil pusher's the top of the gaming industry.
See, now I don't understand this argument, man, because this is not the first time in gaming history where you people have spent $100 and upwards on video games, man. Matter of fact, a lot of people that buy NBA 2K, they buy the $150 legendary version, and it comes with all the VC and extra bonuses, right? This is nothing new, man. Or how about the N64 with cartridges and how expensive those were back in the days? How about the Super FX chips, huh? Oh, you people don't want to touch up on that. So this is not the first time we've heard about $100 video games. Because as far as I'm concerned, this was already bound to happen. With the budgets of what they're putting into these games, they need to make that money back. How hard is it for you people to understand that? Obviously, if something costs more money to make, they're going to need more money in return, investment. Like, it's so funny how you fanboys want to act like, oh, if it was me running Microsoft and Sony, they'd be better. Bruh, they'd be bankrupt. And to be honest with you, just like you say every video, they'd be dead.
Executives that don't play games, but certainly want them to be.
They don't need to play games to understand the market of video gaming. You play games and you still don't understand that things are pushing towards live service and subscription because you're delusional and you're in denial. It is what it is. This is what happens when you have emotions overshadowed by facts. This is what they do. Cap.
As possible, are really pushing the idea that it is good.
They've been pushing the idea for the longest times, trying to emphasize, oh, we got the $200 legendary jumbo mumbo jumbo version, and you people go out there and buy it. Let's talk about all the retro gamers that spend masses of amounts of cash on old games, upwards to some even $500. You guys have changed this market. Why aren't you people taking any accountability for what you guys have done? How many people are buying over $100 worth of limited run games just because it's rare and it's hard to find, right? Exactly. But yet you people want to sit there and say, oh, there's not a market. I don't understand why they doing it, man. You know, I don't know why they banking off our nostalgia. You know, they seen that people was out here emulating games for free. They're like, hold on. People want to buy this old stuff? We might as well make the money ourselves.
$6 might cost.
You know, let's cut into that retro gaming market. So when you decide to spend $100 on Grandia, we'll make sure that we get the money instead.
$3 instead of 60 or 70. And I want to talk about
what about 50? What happened to the days of $50 games? What happened to the days when games used to be greatest hits? They don't even do that no more because most games end up being a greatest hit anyway because they drop after the first year significantly.
Take a look at a lot of hot takes because gamers are instantly pushing back against this. But
are you really though? How many gamers are pushing back after buying Madden and spending $100 in the in-game microtransactions? How many people are pushing back when people out here spending over upwards to $1,000 just so they can get some VC for their little NBA character? What pushbacks are we talking? What about the people that bought Grand Theft Auto 5 and out here spending upwards to thousands and thousands of dollars just so they can play the game online and have all these customizable items? What about the people that play a free-to-play like Roblox and spend hundreds of dollars of their mom's credit card money to get some Robux? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. You guys have caused this problem.
So are a lot of people in the know. A lot of journalists, leakers, a lot of people that actually even publish games themselves are saying, no, $100 games would actually crush the industry.
No, it wouldn't, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to get that money regardless. I mean, it's so funny that you guys say the same thing about $1,000 consoles, but y'all the same ones that bought one from a scalper. You see how I can expose your narrative in a matter of seconds? Oh, I don't understand why everybody's in the market in PlayStation. If they continue to do that, they're going to push the market value. Well, you should have said that for all the dumb ponies that picked up a PS5 for $1,000 when they should have just waited for it to be $500 instead.
And I want to talk, because honestly, even the idea of $100 games, this feels like something very bad is coming.
I just want to complain about everything, man. And with the budget of how much I've heard they're investing in this game, $100 does sound reasonable. It is what it is. You guys are spending more amounts of cash in the in-game microtransactions than if you went out and bought the game anyway. So what makes the difference?
Collapse is closer than we think, but let me explain why. Hi, hope you're having
same people that went out there and picked up Tears of Kingdom for $70 because they used a 32 gigabyte cartridge. That probably explains as to why that game was an additional 10. You guys pay for that manufacturing fee for that cartridge. And it's so funny that you guys don't see that happening with the Switch 2. You don't think cartridges are going to become more expensive? Cartridges are more expensive to make. Like, what do you guys don't understand, man? When something costs more to make, it's going to be more expensive. It is what it is, bro. It's no different than the Neo Geo when you had the argument, oh, I can't, the Neo Geo, these games are like $200 and up. You know, I can't afford it, man, because you're playing the actual ROM from the arcade cabinet. If you want to pay for these high-quality experiences, you got to pay, buddy.
Great day. It's if you could, please give this video, or is impulsive. You used to just be able to buy a game, right? Hey.
That's not true. People didn't buy games back in the days. I remember the days where people was renting everything, especially this game you're playing right now, Vice City. That was a high rental game back in the days. People have to understand. The concept of buying games only really started happening during the 360. And even then, a lot of people were still using GameFly. So that's why when people tell you, oh, I don't buy games, I don't understand why people are on subscription service. Look at a subscription service no different than a Hollywood Video or a Blockbuster. Look at it no different as a rental video game store where you just go there and you rent your video games and you're playing for the subscription that you're paying for. It's a very simple concept. That's why that's the future of gaming. Nobody was buying games like that back then, bro. Y'all know it. If you was a kid, you was either get lucky to get something for your birthday or Christmas, and that's it. 2 games a year, bro. And don't get me started on multiple platforms, man. As a kid, we used to love the red labels with the greatest hits.
$50 game, sure, I'll buy it. A $60
Look at mommy, I can buy 2 games for the price of 1.
Game, sure, I'll buy it. And I think people kind of forget this now, but it was actually Grand Theft Auto that initially introduced the idea of the $70 game that said, hey, our project, GTA 5, it's so big, it's worth that $10 price.
I don't think GTA 5, you mean Tears of Kingdom? I thought GTA 5 for the Xbox and Series and PS5 Enhanced was $60. What are you talking about? Hold on, you got me, what?
And they were correct. I mean, GTA 5 is obviously one of the biggest, most popular, most
GTA 5 was not an additional $10.
Profitable games of all time. So them making that jump, it made sense. But now, I'm annoyed by this. Just my initial reaction is that 5 years back, there was this big push for additional price points, but it was about the $40 game. There was talks about the fact that at that point, you would see $20 indie stuff or $10 Steam sale stuff, but there wasn't really a price point between cause a massive amount of games to bomb. As soon as they start trying to push the numbers up...
They've already done that. I mean, people spend upwards to $100 on NBA 2K, Madden. I can think of games that people are spending way more money on, thousands of dollars on in-game microtransactions, and you actually think people are going to have a problem paying $100 for a game that they actually want to play. That's like saying, like, I knew Tears of Kingdom was going to be successful regardless, but that didn't stop people from buying the game, an additional $10. Let's also talk about all these garbage chibi-style Pokemon games that they try to base off the DS. And they still sell for the $60. Let's also talk about how Donkey Kong Country Returns, a 15-year-old game now that was based off the 3DS version, the inferior version of the game, and people still bought it for $60 for the Switch. Nobody wants to hear this, bro. All you people been doing is buying and paying for overpriced games in development.
I think you're going to see sales of any $100 game absolutely flatline.
Oh, really? So you're essentially saying that GTA 6 is going to flatline. Do you want to stand on that notion? Because I'll put $1,000 that you're wrong.
Thought Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, or
those are all priced at $70.
I don't know. Friggin'
people weren't going to even pay $30 for those games because they suck.
These games that keep bombing back to back like Skull and Bones. If you thought those games flopped, wait until there's a.
But they didn't flop because of the price. They flopped because nobody wanted the game.
$100 price tag on a game like Suicide Squad. But let me take a look at some takes here. Good luck with that. Maybe some publishers should learn to manage their scope and their budgets.
No. How about you be quiet, Destin? Right? Because you don't know what you're talking about either, bro. These gaming journalists are not as smart as you guys. Just because I have a career and I make money off it doesn't mean they know more than you. Because to be honest with you, this dude don't even know what he's talking about. People are going to spend that $100 for that GTA 6. They're going to do it. I know so many people that buy the NBA 2K and they buy the most expensive version because it comes with all the VC. So you guys can't sit there and say that people ain't paying upwards to $100 for games because they already have. Matter of fact, they're spending more.
They're passing it along to the consumer.
They're just not going to spend that on a game they don't want, which we've seen time and time again.
Thought Rockstar have consistently delivered exceptional games with their core games, so they're not afraid to spend a decade plus on them. If they release it at $100, it's because they've earned that trust. Sony, y'all, not so much. This is something I see a lot of people discussing, which is the idea that this price jump is not just going to instantly lead to more money. A lot of companies seem to be complaining about the higher development cost, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
And the lack of gamers buying their games.
I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud. You ready for this? I feel like it's the bad companies. They're talking about how broke they are, and it does seem like...
No, that's not necessarily true. What are you talking about, bro? Ubisoft was a great company. And I don't think it has a lot to do with the prices of their games. I just think people don't want to buy them. I mean, look at Astro Ball. That game was priced at $60, and it only sold 1 point. I hate bringing this up every video, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? And Sony didn't even put close to the money that Ubisoft would put in their titles. It's just, like I said, you make a game that nobody wants to buy. Like Concord, for example.
AA or AAA